In the land of the pharaohs, where the sun rises over the timeless desert sands, lies a civilization that has fascinated humanity for millennia. Ancient Egypt, a civilization that flourished along the banks of the Nile River for over 3,000 years, was a cradle of culture and innovation. From monumental architecture to sophisticated writing systems, the Egyptians left an indelible mark on history. Their achievements in various fields were unparalleled, influencing subsequent civilizations across the Mediterranean and beyond. The lifeblood of Egypt was the mighty Nile, a river that nourished the land and its people. Its annual floods deposited rich silt, allowing agriculture to thrive in an otherwise arid landscape. The Nile was more than a source of sustenance. It was a sacred entity, central to their beliefs and way of life. The river was revered as a god, Hapi, whose bounty was celebrated in festivals and rituals. Religion permeated every aspect of Egyptian life. The gods and goddesses they worshipped were numerous, each representing forces of nature and aspects of life. Temples were not just places of worship, but centers of economic and political power. The most iconic structures, like the pyramids of Giza, were built as eternal resting places for the pharaohs, believed to be divine beings on earth. These monumental tombs were constructed with a profound understanding of astronomy and geometry, aligning with celestial events to ensure the pharaoh's safe passage to the afterlife. The pyramids of Giza, the last remaining wonders of the ancient world, stand as a testament to the ingenuity and ambition of the ancient Egyptians. The largest of these, the Great Pyramid of Khufu, originally stood at a staggering height of 146.6 meters, making it the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years. Constructed from approximately 2.3 million limestone blocks, some weighing up to 80 tons, the precision with which these stones were cut and placed remains a marvel of engineering. How were these massive stones transported and assembled? This question has intrigued scholars and enthusiasts alike. While the exact methods remain a subject of debate, it is widely believed that the Egyptians used a combination of ramps, sledges, and laborious manpower. Recent discoveries suggest that a system of water canals may have been used to transport stones closer to the construction site, minimizing the distance they needed to be dragged overland. The pyramid complex at Giza also includes the slightly smaller pyramids of Khafre and Menkaure, along with a series of smaller Queen's pyramids and mastabas, or tombs for nobles. The iconic Great Sphinx, a colossal statue with the body of a lion and the head of a pharaoh, is believed to represent Khafre. Carved from a single limestone ridge, the Sphinx has stood guard over the plateau for millennia, its inscrutable expression a symbol of ancient Egypt's enigmatic allure. The evolution of pyramid construction can be traced back to earlier structures, such as the Step Pyramid of Djoser at Saqqara, designed by the architect Imhotep. This was the first monumental stone structure in Egypt and marked a significant departure from traditional mud brick mastabas. Further south at Dashur, we find the Bent Pyramid and the Red Pyramid of Sneferu, experiments in perfecting the true pyramid shape. These early attempts laid the groundwork for the grandeur that would culminate at Giza. Egypt was not an isolated kingdom. It engaged in extensive trade with neighboring regions, from Nubia to the south to the Levant and beyond. Through these exchanges, they imported valuable goods like incense, gold, and exotic animals, while exporting their surplus grain, papyrus, and crafted goods. This trade network was facilitated by the Nile, which served as a vital artery for commerce and communication. The Egyptians were pioneers in written communication. Their system of hieroglyphs, combining logographic and alphabetic elements, was used for religious texts, official inscriptions, and everyday communication. Scribes, the elite record keepers, were highly respected and played a crucial role in administration and culture. This script has given us invaluable insights into their world beliefs and history. From the monumental carvings on temple walls to the delicate papyrus scrolls, the written word was a cornerstone of Egyptian civilization. Discoveries like the Rosetta Stone unlocked the secrets of Egyptian writing, while the treasures of Tutankhamun's tomb revealed the opulence and artistry of their civilization. These artifacts have captivated the world, offering a glimpse into the splendor and mystery of ancient Egypt. The golden mask of Tutankhamun, in particular, has become a symbol of the riches and sophisticated craftsmanship of this ancient culture. The Egyptians were also pioneers in medicine. They practiced an advanced form of medical science, blending practical treatments with spiritual rituals. Surgical tools found in tombs indicate their knowledge of anatomy, and medical texts like the Ebers Papyrus contain a wealth of information on ailments and treatments. From setting fractures to using herbal remedies, their medical practices laid the groundwork for future advancements in healthcare. Central to Egyptian belief was the journey to the afterlife. They envisioned a complex realm where the soul would undergo a series of trials before reaching eternal peace. The Book of the Dead, a collection of spells and prayers, guided the deceased through this perilous journey. Mummification, a meticulous process of preserving the body, was essential to ensuring the soul's survival in the afterlife. The elaborate tombs filled with goods and treasures were designed to provide for the deceased in their eternal life. Though the sands of time have buried much of their legacy, the grandeur of ancient Egypt endures. It is a civilization that continues to inspire wonder and curiosity. The mysteries of the pharaohs, the majesty of their monuments, and the richness of their culture remain etched in the annals of history, where the echoes of a timeless civilization continue to captivate the imagination of all who seek to uncover its secrets. A civilization that, despite the passage of millennia, remains ever present in the human quest for knowledge and understanding. On April 26, 1986, a catastrophic event unfolded in the Soviet Union that would forever change the world. The explosion at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant is not just a story of human error, but a tale of heroism, secrecy, and the far-reaching consequences of a disaster that still haunts us today. The Chernobyl nuclear power plant was conceived during a time of immense ambition within the Soviet Union. The 1970s marked an era of rapid industrial growth, and nuclear power was seen as the key to the future, an energy source that could fuel the Soviet Union's expansion and assert its dominance on the global stage. Located in northern Ukraine, the site for the Chernobyl plant was chosen for its proximity to abundant water resources and its relative distance from major population centers. Construction began in 1970 with the goal of creating a nuclear power plant that would be one of the most powerful in the world. The first reactor, Reactor 1, became operational in 1977, followed by Reactor 2 in 1978, and Reactor 3 in 1981. The design of the RBMK reactors was unique to the Soviet Union. Unlike Western designs, which typically included a strong containment structure to prevent the release of radiation in case of an accident, the RBMK reactors were built without such a safeguard. The reactors also had a positive void coefficient, which meant that as the water coolant boiled and turned to steam, the reactor's power output would increase, creating a dangerous feedback loop.
The RBMK reactors were poorly designed. They were built without the necessary safety systems, We didn't even have a proper containment structure to keep radiation inside in case of an accident.
The decision to use the RBMK design was driven by the desire for efficiency and cost savings, but it came with significant risks. Risks that were not fully understood or disclosed by the engineers and officials in charge. The reactors were seen as a triumph of Soviet engineering. But beneath the surface, there were serious concerns among some scientists and engineers about the safety of these plants. Despite these concerns, the Chernobyl plant continued to expand. Reactor 4, the site of the future disaster, was completed in 1983. It was the latest addition to what was planned to be a vast network of nuclear reactors across the Soviet Union. The construction of the Chernobyl plant took place during a period of intense political pressure within the Soviet Union. The government, led by Leonid Brezhnev and later by Yuri Andropov and Konstantin Chernenko, was eager to demonstrate the superiority of Soviet technology and industry. Nuclear power was a key component of this strategy, but it was also a system fraught with secrecy and bureaucracy. The Soviet Union was a society where dissent was not tolerated, and where the priorities of the state often overrode concerns for safety. This atmosphere contributed to the decisions that led to the construction and operation of the Chernobyl plant, and ultimately to the disaster itself. Engineers and workers were often under immense pressure to meet deadlines and quotas, sometimes at the expense of safety protocols. This culture of pressure and secrecy created an environment where warnings were ignored and risks were downplayed. The result was a disaster waiting to happen. A disaster that would have devastating consequences not only for the Soviet Union, but for the entire world. Just 3 kilometers from the Chernobyl plant, the town of Pripyat was established in 1970 to house the workers and their families. Pripyat was a model Soviet city with modern amenities, schools, hospitals, and cultural centers. It was a place where the future seemed bright and where the dream of Soviet prosperity was being realized. By the mid-1980s, Pripyat had a population of nearly 50,000 people. The town was young. Most of its residents were under 30, and it was a symbol of Soviet modernity. But behind the facade of progress, the residents of Pripyat were living in the shadow of a ticking time bomb.
Pripyat was a city of youth, energy, and optimism. People believed in the future, in the power of science and technology. They never imagined that their lives would be turned upside down in an instant.
April 25, 1986, began as a routine day at Reactor 4. A safety test was scheduled, a test that would simulate a power outage, but as the operators reduced the reactor's power, a series of errors and misjudgments led to an uncontrollable chain reaction. In the control room, the operators were unaware of the impending catastrophe. When they finally attempted an emergency shutdown, it triggered a massive power surge. Within seconds, the reactor exploded, releasing a deadly cloud of radioactive material into the atmosphere.
There was a dull thump, and the entire room shook. Lights flashed, and alarms started going off, but we still didn't know the full extent of the damage. Nobody could imagine that the reactor had exploded.
The explosion was so powerful that it blew the 1,000-ton reactor lid off, exposing the core and sending a plume of radioactive particles into the sky. The immediate aftermath was one of confusion and disbelief. The reactor had been designed to be invincible, and the idea that it could explode was unthinkable to those in the control room. The first responders to the scene were firefighters from Pripyat, who were called in to extinguish the fires that had broken out on the roof of the reactor building. They had no protective gear and were unaware of the deadly levels of radiation they were being exposed to.
Внимание, внимание! Говорит штаб гражданской обороны города. Граждане, радиационная опасность. Радиационная опасность.
The residents of Pripyat were evacuated 36 hours after the explosion, too late to avoid exposure to the radiation. The delayed response and lack of information led to widespread panic and confusion. The evacuation of Pripyat was a massive operation, involving thousands of buses and military vehicles. Residents were told to take only what they needed for a few days, as they would be returning soon. In reality, they would never return. The town of Pripyat remains abandoned to this day, a ghostly reminder of the disaster. In the days and weeks following the explosion, thousands of workers, known as liquidators, were mobilized to contain the disaster. These men and women, firefighters, soldiers, engineers, were sent into the radioactive zone with minimal protection, tasked with extinguishing fires, clearing debris, and constructing the sarcophagus to contain the reactor. The liquidators knew the risks, yet they pressed on, driven by a sense of duty. Many of them would later succumb to radiation sickness, but their bravery prevented an even greater catastrophe.
I remember it was like walking into a furnace. The heat from the reactor and the radiation was unbearable, but we had no choice. We had to prevent the fire from spreading.
The work of the liquidators was grueling and dangerous. They were exposed to deadly levels of radiation as they cleared debris, buried contaminated soil, and constructed the concrete sarcophagus that would encase the reactor. The Soviet government awarded many of these workers medals and honors, but the true cost of their sacrifice would be felt in the years to come, as many of them developed serious health issues due to radiation exposure. The Chernobyl disaster sent shockwaves around the globe. It exposed the weaknesses of the Soviet system, leading to increased international scrutiny and changes in nuclear policy worldwide. The radiation from Chernobyl spread across Europe, contaminating vast areas and causing long-term health and environmental impacts. The disaster forced a rethinking of nuclear energy's role in the world. In the years following Chernobyl, many countries re-examined their nuclear programs, implementing stricter safety measures and, in some cases, abandoning nuclear power altogether.
Chernobyl was a warning. It showed the world the catastrophic consequences of human error and negligence in nuclear safety.
In the Soviet Union, the disaster also had profound political consequences. It exposed the deep flaws in the Soviet system, including the culture of secrecy and denial that had allowed such a catastrophe to occur. Mikhail Gorbachev, the leader of the Soviet Union at the time, later acknowledged that Chernobyl was a key factor in the eventual collapse of the Soviet Union. Chernobyl has become a symbol of the dangers of nuclear power and the human cost of technological hubris. It serves as a stark warning of the potential consequences when safety is compromised. The disaster also had a lasting impact on the environment. Large areas of land were contaminated by radiation, and the exclusion zone remains uninhabitable to this day. Wildlife has returned to the area, but the long-term effects of radiation on the ecosystem are still not fully understood.
The lesson of Chernobyl is that no matter how advanced we believe we are, we must never forget the power of the forces we seek to control.
The Chernobyl disaster stands as one of the most significant events of the 20th century, a stark reminder of the potential consequences when human ambition outpaces our understanding of the technologies we wield. The tragedy of Chernobyl continues to resonate across the globe, serving as a powerful testament to the need for vigilance, transparency, and a deep respect for the forces we seek to harness. As we reflect on the events of April 26, 1986, we are reminded of the fragile balance between progress and peril. A balance that, once lost, can have devastating and enduring effects. the heart of India, on the banks of the Yamuna River, stands a symbol of eternal love and architectural brilliance, the Taj Mahal. Our story begins in the 17th century with Emperor Shah Jahan, a ruler of the Mughal Empire, and his beloved wife, Mumtaz Mahal. Their love story, filled with romance and devotion, inspired the creation of one of the most beautiful structures in the world. After Mumtaz Mahal's untimely death in 1631, a heartbroken Shah Jahan vowed to build a mausoleum unlike any other. Construction began in 1632, employing over 20,000 artisans from across the empire. For over 20 years, they toiled tirelessly to bring Shah Jahan's vision to life. The Taj Mahal is a masterpiece of Mughal architecture, blending elements of Persian, Islamic, and Indian styles. Its central dome, flanked by 4 minarets, is a marvel of symmetry and balance. The white marble, inlaid with precious and semi-precious stones, creates a breathtaking interplay of light and shadow. More than just a mausoleum, the Taj Mahal is a testament to eternal love. Visitors from around the world are drawn to its beauty and the poignant story it represents. Walking through its serene gardens, one can't help but feel the deep bond between Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal. The Taj Mahal is set within a vast Mughal garden, known as a charbagh. This garden, divided into 4 parts by water channels, symbolizes the Islamic concept of paradise. The lush greenery, blooming flowers, and tranquil fountains enhance the beauty of the mausoleum, creating a serene and contemplative environment. Inside the Taj Mahal lies the cenotaphs of Mumtaz Mahal and Shah Jahan, a poignant reminder of their eternal love. The real tombs are in a lower chamber, following Islamic tradition. The inner chamber is adorned with intricate marble screens, delicate carvings, and precious inlays, creating a space of ethereal beauty. The Taj Mahal is not just a standalone wonder. It is a reflection of the grandeur and sophistication of the Mughal Empire. Centuries have passed, yet the Taj Mahal stands resilient, thanks to ongoing preservation efforts. The Indian government, along with international organizations, works tirelessly to ensure that this World Heritage Site remains as majestic as ever for future generations. The Taj Mahal has transcended its origins to become a global icon. It has been featured in countless films, books, and artworks, symbolizing love and beauty across cultures and generations. The Taj Mahal is more than just a monument. It is a timeless symbol of love, beauty, and human ingenuity. As the sun sets over Agra, the Taj Mahal continues to inspire awe and wonder, a legacy of a love story that transcends time. In the icy expanses of the Arctic, where temperatures can plummet to a bone-chilling 30 degrees Fahrenheit, lives one of nature's most resilient predators, the Arctic wolf. The Arctic wolf, also known as the white wolf or polar wolf, is a subspecies of the gray wolf. Its dense, white fur provides essential camouflage against the snow, and its thick coat and layer of fat offer insulation against the harsh, frigid climate. Arctic wolves are slightly smaller than their gray wolf relatives, with males typically weighing between 85 and 100 pounds. Despite their size, these wolves are powerful and agile hunters, capable of taking down large prey such as muskoxen and caribou. Living in packs that usually consist of a mated pair and their offspring, Arctic wolves operate under a strict social hierarchy. The alpha pair leads the pack, ensuring cooperation and coordination during hunts. Communication within the pack is complex, involving vocalizations, body language, and scent marking. Howling is a key form of communication, used to assemble the pack, signal alarm, or mark territory. Each wolf's howl is unique, allowing them to recognize each other. Mating occurs between January and March, with pups born in the spring. This timing ensures that the pups arrive during a period of relative abundance. Litters usually consist of 2 to 3 pups, who are born blind and helpless. The pups rely entirely on their mother and the pack for nourishment and protection. As they grow, they are introduced to solid food and learn to hunt and navigate their surroundings. The Arctic wolf's habitat is characterized by vast, open tundra and ice-covered regions. These areas are sparsely populated by humans, which has historically allowed the wolves to live with minimal direct interference. However, climate change is posing a significant threat to their environment. The warming of the Arctic is leading to habitat loss and alterations in prey availability, which could impact Arctic wolf populations profoundly. Despite these challenges, Arctic wolves are remarkably adaptable. Their ability to endure extreme conditions and their highly developed social structures have allowed them to thrive in one of the Earth's most extreme environments. Arctic wolves play a crucial role in the ecosystem, helping to maintain the balance of species and contributing to the overall health of their habitat. Protecting these magnificent creatures in their fragile environment is essential. The Arctic wolf is a testament to nature's resilience and strength. By understanding and preserving their habitat, we ensure that these incredible animals continue to grace the Arctic landscape for generations to come. Welcome to an inspiring journey through the cosmos. Today we'll explore our galactic home, the Milky Way. From its stunning structure to the mysteries it holds, let's embark on a voyage through this celestial marvel. When we gaze up at the night sky, we're peering into the Milky Way, a vast spiral galaxy that contains our solar system, along with billions of stars, planets, and other celestial objects. But what exactly is the Milky Way, and how did it come to be? The Milky Way is a barred spiral galaxy characterized by a central bar-shaped structure composed of stars with spiral arms that extend outward. It's estimated to be about 100,000 light-years in diameter, with a bulge at the center that's around 12,000 light-years thick. At the heart of the Milky Way lies its central bulge, a densely packed region of stars, gas, and dust. This bulge is home to an extraordinary object, Sagittarius A, a supermassive black hole with a mass equivalent to about 4 million suns. This black hole exerts a powerful gravitational force, influencing the motion of stars and other objects in the galaxy. Extending from the central bulge are the spiral arms, the most recognizable feature of the Milky Way. These arms are regions of active star formation, where clouds of gas and dust collapse under gravity to form new stars. Our solar system is located in one of these spiral arms, known as the Orion Arm, about 27,000 light-years from the galactic center. The Milky Way is not just a random collection of stars. It has a dynamic structure and a fascinating history. Our galaxy formed about 13.6 billion years ago from the gravitational collapse of a giant molecular cloud. Over billions of years, it has grown and evolved through processes like star formation and interactions with other galaxies. Speaking of other galaxies, the Milky Way is part of a local group of galaxies, including the Andromeda Galaxy, our closest spiral galaxy neighbor, and several smaller satellite galaxies. Andromeda and the Milky Way are on a collision processes set to merge in about 4.5 billion years. Speaking of other galaxies, larger galaxies, the Milky Way is part of a local group of galaxies. It's including the Andromeda Galaxy. The Milky Way rotates at an average speed of about 220 kilometers per second, completing one full rotation approximately every 225 million years. As we journey through space, our solar system orbits the galactic center, experiencing the cosmic dance of stars and other celestial bodies. A significant part of the Milky Way's mass is made up of dark matter, an invisible substance that doesn't emit light or energy, but exerts gravitational forces. Dark matter plays a crucial role in holding the galaxy together and shaping its structure. The life cycle of stars within the Milky Way is a story of birth, evolution, and death. Stars form in nebulae, go through various stages of fusion, and end their lives in spectacular events like supernova, leaving behind remnants such as neutron stars or black holes. The Milky Way, with its billions of stars and countless mysteries, reminds us of the vastness and wonder of the universe. As we continue to study our galactic home, we uncover the secrets of our cosmic origins and our place in the cosmos. Artificial intelligence, a concept that once belonged to the realm of science fiction, is now one of the most transformative technologies of our time. It promises to revolutionize industries, enhance our daily lives, and solve some of humanity's greatest challenges. But with great power comes great responsibility. Today, we explore both the remarkable benefits and the potential dangers of this rapidly advancing technology. To begin with, let's understand what we're talking about. Artificial intelligence refers to the simulation of human intelligence processes by machines, especially computer systems. These processes include learning, reasoning, problem-solving, perception, and language understanding. Over the past few decades, advancements in this field have led to the development of systems capable of tasks ranging from simple automation to complex decision-making. From voice assistants like Siri and Alexa to advanced medical diagnostics and self-driving cars, AI is becoming an integral part of our lives. But to understand the full impact, we must look at both sides of the coin, its incredible advantages and its significant challenges. Let's start with the positives. Artificial intelligence has brought a multitude of benefits that enhance efficiency, accuracy, and convenience across various sectors. One of the most significant benefits is the automation of repetitive tasks, freeing up human workers to focus on creative and complex activities. In manufacturing, robots powered by advanced algorithms can work tirelessly, improving production speed and consistency. Automation extends beyond the factory floor. In logistics, autonomous vehicles and drones are revolutionizing delivery systems, reducing human error and increasing efficiency. In offices, AI-driven software automates administrative tasks, allowing employees to focus on strategic initiatives. The healthcare sector has seen revolutionary changes with the introduction of AI. From diagnosing diseases at an early stage to planning personalized treatment regimens and assisting in surgeries, intelligent systems analyze vast amounts of medical data, leading to better patient outcomes. In research, AI is helping to accelerate the discovery of new drugs and therapies. By analyzing genetic information and understanding disease patterns, it is paving the way for precision medicine, where treatments are tailored to individual patients based on their genetic makeup. Businesses leverage AI to analyze vast datasets, providing insights that enhance decision-making processes. These systems forecast trends, optimize supply chains, and improve customer service, leading to increased efficiency and profitability. In finance, AI-driven algorithms assess risk, detect fraud, and make trading decisions with speed and accuracy that far surpasses human capabilities. In marketing, artificial intelligence analyzes consumer behavior to create highly targeted advertising campaigns. In our daily lives, personal assistants like Siri, Alexa, and Google Assistant help us manage schedules, answer questions, and control smart home devices, adding convenience and efficiency. These assistants are becoming more intuitive, learning from our habits and preferences to provide personalized recommendations and seamless integration into our routines. They are evolving from simple tools into indispensable companions. In the entertainment industry, AI powers recommendation systems on platforms like Netflix and Spotify, offering personalized content suggestions based on our viewing and listening preferences. Beyond recommendations, AI is revolutionizing content creation itself. From generating realistic visual effects in movies to composing music and writing scripts, it is pushing the boundaries of creativity. In the realm of scientific research, AI accelerates discoveries by analyzing complex data sets quickly, aiding in breakthroughs in fields such as genetics, climate science, and physics. Artificial intelligence is enabling researchers to simulate complex systems and predict outcomes with unprecedented accuracy. This is crucial in areas like climate modeling, where understanding future scenarios can help in developing effective strategies to combat climate change. Agriculture is being transformed through AI by optimizing crop yields, monitoring soil health, and automating harvesting processes, thereby ensuring food security for a growing global population. Smart farming technologies are allowing farmers to use resources more efficiently, reducing waste and improving sustainability. AI systems can predict weather patterns, detect pests, and recommend the best times for planting and harvesting. However, like any powerful tool, artificial intelligence comes with significant dangers and ethical concerns that we must address. One of the most significant concerns is job displacement. As more tasks become automated, certain jobs may become obsolete, leading to unemployment and economic disruption. The transition to new types of employment can be challenging for affected workers. While some argue that AI will create new job opportunities, the shift requires reskilling and education programs to help workers adapt. Without proper planning, the societal impact could be severe. AI systems are only as good as the data they're trained on. If the training data is biased, the system can produce biased results, leading to unfair treatment in areas such as hiring, law enforcement, and lending. Addressing bias requires diverse data sets and inclusive development practices. Ensuring that these systems are fair and equitable is crucial to prevent discrimination and maintain public trust. These systems often require large amounts of data, raising concerns about privacy and data security. Ensuring that personal data is protected and used responsibly is paramount. As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, safeguarding personal information from misuse and breaches is a growing challenge. Regulatory frameworks and robust security measures are essential. Artificial intelligence can be used maliciously, such as in cyberattacks or the creation of deepfakes. Ensuring robust security measures is crucial to prevent misuse and protect against these emerging threats. The rise of deepfakes poses a significant threat to truth and trust in digital media. AI-generated content can be used to spread misinformation, manipulate public opinion, and undermine democratic processes. As systems become more autonomous, they can make decisions that have significant ethical implications. For instance, in self-driving cars, how should the system decide in a situation where harm is unavoidable? Ethical dilemmas extend to areas like healthcare, where AI may make life and death decisions. Establishing clear ethical guidelines and accountability measures is critical. As these systems become more advanced, there is a risk that humans may lose control over them. This can be particularly dangerous in military applications, where autonomous weapons could make life and death decisions without human intervention. Ensuring that humans remain in control and that autonomous systems operate within strict ethical boundaries is essential to prevent catastrophic consequences. Artificial intelligence could exacerbate economic inequality by concentrating wealth and power in the hands of those who control these technologies. This could lead to greater societal divides and increased tensions. Addressing this requires policies that promote inclusive growth and ensure that the benefits of AI are widely shared. Investing in education and infrastructure can help bridge the gap. So, how do we balance these incredible benefits with the dangers and ethical concerns? The key lies in thoughtful development and responsible use. Governments and organizations need to develop regulations and standards to ensure that AI is developed and used responsibly. These regulations should address issues of bias, privacy, and security. Developers must prioritize transparency, allowing users to understand how AI systems make decisions. Transparency builds trust and ensures that these systems are used ethically. Investing in education and training programs can help workers transition to new roles created by AI advancements. This also includes educating the public about AI to foster understanding and trust. Collaboration between governments, industry leaders, and academia can foster the development of artificial intelligence technologies that benefit society as a whole. Engaging the public in discussions about AI can help ensure that diverse perspectives are considered in the development and deployment of these technologies. Artificial intelligence holds immense potential to transform our world for the better, but it is crucial that we navigate its development thoughtfully and responsibly. By addressing the challenges and ethical concerns, we can harness the power of AI to create a brighter future for everyone. As we move forward, it is up to us, governments, industries, and individuals, to ensure that the benefits of AI are maximized while its risks are mitigated. Through informed decision-making, collaborative efforts, and ongoing vigilance, we can guide AI toward a path that enhances our society and respects our values. In the southernmost part of our planet lies a land of extremes, a frozen desert where the sun disappears for months, and the temperature can plunge below -80 degrees Celsius. This is Antarctica, the coldest, driest, and windiest continent on Earth, a place of stunning beauty and untamed wilderness, where life has adapted to some of the harshest conditions imaginable. Despite its remote and forbidding nature, Antarctica is a place of profound importance to us all. Here, in the silence of the ice, lies the key to understanding our planet's past, present, and future. From the secrets buried deep within its ancient ice sheets to the unique ecosystems that thrive against all odds, Antarctica holds answers that could reshape our understanding of the world. Antarctica's vast and enigmatic landscape offers a unique opportunity to delve into the science, history, and life that define this remote frontier. Through the eyes of researchers and explorers, the secrets hidden within its icy expanses reveal the crucial role this continent plays in the global ecosystem. Every discovery brings us closer to understanding our planet's most profound mysteries. Antarctica is a land of extremes. It is the coldest continent with temperatures that can drop to an unimaginable -89 degrees Celsius. It is also the driest place on Earth, a polar desert where less than 2 inches of snow fall each year in some regions. The relentless katabatic winds, which can reach speeds of over 300 kilometers per hour, shape the landscape and make life here a constant battle for survival. These ice sheets, some over 4 kilometers thick, contain 70 of the world's fresh water. As they slowly move towards the coast, they carve out spectacular formations, creating a landscape that is both beautiful and foreboding. The icebergs that calve off these glaciers can be as large as cities, drifting silently through the frigid waters. In a place so inhospitable, life finds a way to thrive. The creatures of Antarctica have adapted to the harsh environment in extraordinary ways. Emperor penguins, the largest of their kind, endure the long, brutal winters by huddling together for warmth, sharing body heat and rotating positions to survive the cold. Beneath the ice, a rich and diverse ecosystem exists, teeming with life. Leopard seals, formidable predators, patrol the waters, while Weddell seals dive to depths of over 600 meters to hunt. Krill, tiny shrimp creatures, form the foundation of the Antarctic food web, supporting everything from fish to the majestic blue whales that migrate here each summer. For centuries, Antarctica remained a mystery, a blank spot on the map at the bottom of the world. The race to the South Pole in the early 20th century, led by intrepid explorers like Shackleton, Amundsen, and Scott, captured the imagination of the world and marked the beginning of human presence on the continent. Today, Antarctica is home to a different kind of explorer. Scientists from all over the world who have come to study this unique environment. Under the Antarctic Treaty, an unprecedented agreement that designates the continent for peaceful and scientific purposes, more than 40 countries operate research stations here. These stations are the front lines of our quest to understand the Earth's climate, geology, and ecosystems. Antarctica is not just a place of scientific discovery. It is also a critical indicator of global climate change. The continent's ice sheets are melting at an unprecedented rate, contributing to rising sea levels that threaten coastal communities around the world. The Antarctic Peninsula, one of the fastest warming places on Earth, has experienced dramatic changes, with ice shelves collapsing and glaciers retreating. These changes have far-reaching implications. As ice melts, it not only raises sea levels, but also disrupts ocean currents and weather patterns. Scientists are racing against time to understand these processes and predict their impact on our planet's future. The future of Antarctica depends on the actions we take today. The Antarctic Treaty has been a remarkable success in preserving the continent for peaceful purposes and scientific research, but new challenges are emerging. Climate change, tourism, and the potential for resource exploitation threaten this fragile environment. International cooperation and strict regulations are essential to protect Antarctica. Conservationists are working to safeguard the unique ecosystems and wildlife that call this place home. Sustainable tourism practices aim to minimize the human footprint, ensuring that future generations can continue to experience the awe and wonder of this pristine wilderness. Antarctica is a land of extremes, a place where the boundaries of human endurance are tested and the mysteries of our planet are uncovered. It is a living laboratory that offers unparalleled insights into our past and vital warnings for our future. As we face the challenges of a changing climate and a fragile environment, the lessons we learn from Antarctica will be more important than ever. It is not just the coldest, driest, and windiest place on Earth. It is also one of the most inspiring, a reminder of our planet's resilience and the incredible tenacity of life. In protecting Antarctica, we are not just preserving a place. We are safeguarding a future for all. Welcome to Niagara Falls, one of the most breathtaking natural wonders on Earth. Nestled on the border between the United States and Canada, these iconic waterfalls draw millions of visitors from around the globe each year. Let's embark on a journey to explore the grandeur and history of Niagara Falls. The story of Niagara Falls began over 12,000 years ago, at the end of the last ice age. As massive glaciers retreated, they sculpted the landscape, carving out the Great Lakes and creating the Niagara River. This river flows northward from Lake Erie to Lake Ontario, culminating in the spectacular falls we witness today. Niagara Falls is composed of three magnificent waterfalls: the American Falls, the Bridal Veil Falls, and the Horseshoe Falls. The American Falls, entirely within the United States, stretch about 290 meters wide and plunge approximately 34 meters into the Niagara Gorge. Nestled beside the American Falls is the Bridal Veil Falls. Though smaller in size, it captivates visitors with its delicate and graceful flow, resembling a bride's veil, hence its name. The largest and most powerful of the three is the Horseshoe Falls, also known as the Canadian Falls. This majestic waterfall spans about 670 meters and drops 57 meters into the tumultuous Niagara River. Beyond its natural beauty, Niagara Falls plays a vital role in energy production. The massive flow of water is harnessed to generate hydroelectric power, supplying electricity to millions of homes and industries in both Canada and the United States. Niagara Falls has long been a site of historical significance and human fascination. Indigenous peoples revered the falls for their spiritual importance. European explorers first encountered the falls in the 17th century, and since then, Niagara Falls has captivated the world's imagination. Throughout history, Niagara Falls has been the stage for incredible feats and daring stunts. From tightrope walkers to barrel riders, many adventurers have risked their lives to conquer the falls. Today, these stunts are prohibited to ensure the safety of both the participants and the environment. Modern visitors can experience the falls up close through various attractions. The Maid of the Mist boat tour has been a staple since 1846, taking tourists to the base of the falls to feel the immense power and mist of the cascading water. As night falls, Niagara transforms into a magical spectacle. The falls are illuminated in a dazzling array of colors, and on special occasions, fireworks light up the sky, adding to the enchantment. Protecting the natural beauty and ecological health of Niagara Falls is a top priority. Conservation efforts aim to preserve the surrounding environment and the diverse wildlife that calls this region home. Niagara Falls is more than just a natural wonder. It is a symbol of the power and beauty of our planet. Whether you're drawn by its history, its adventure, or its serene beauty, Niagara Falls offers an experience unlike any other. we embark on an incredible journey to one of the most astonishing feats of human engineering and determination. The Great Wall of China. Spanning over 13,000 miles, this ancient structure is more than just a wall. It's a powerful symbol of the endurance and creativity of the Chinese civilization. The Great Wall of China, or Changcheng in Chinese, which means long wall, was not built all at once. Its construction spanned several dynasties, each contributing to its grandeur. But why was such an immense structure needed in the first place? To understand this, we must journey back to a time of constant conflict. Northern China was frequently invaded by nomadic tribes such as the Xiongnu, who posed a significant threat to the Chinese states. To protect their territories, various Chinese emperors began constructing defensive walls as early as the 7th century BC. The first emperor of a unified China, Qin Shi Huang, is often credited with initiating the construction of what we now consider the Great Wall. In the 3rd century BC, he ordered the linking of existing walls and the building of new sections to fend off invasions. This marked the beginning of the Great Wall as a unified defense system. Building the Great Wall was no small feat. It required the labor of hundreds of thousands of workers, including soldiers, peasants, and prisoners. These laborers toiled under harsh conditions, using rudimentary tools to move and place millions of tons of earth, stone, and bricks. Many lost their lives in the process, giving rise to the wall's nickname, the longest cemetery on Earth. The Great Wall is not a single continuous barrier, but a series of walls and fortifications. Its construction techniques varied depending on the local materials available. In the eastern plains, bricks and stones were used, while in the western deserts, tamped earth and wooden frames were more common. The Great Wall, as we recognize it today, took shape during the Ming Dynasty from 1368 to 1644. The Ming emperors undertook extensive renovations and expansions, transforming the wall into a formidable military defense line. They built watchtowers, signal stations, and garrison posts, creating a sophisticated system for detecting and repelling invaders. Communication along the wall was crucial. Signal fires, lanterns, and flags were used to convey messages across vast distances. This allowed troops to be mobilized quickly in response to threats, demonstrating the strategic brilliance of the wall's design. Today, the Great Wall stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, attracting millions of visitors from around the world. It offers breathtaking views and a tangible connection to China's rich history. Walking along its ancient stones, one can almost hear the echoes of the past, the clatter of armor, the shouts of soldiers, and the relentless determination of the builders. The Great Wall of China is more than just a relic of the past. It is a symbol of human endurance and a reminder of our capacity to achieve the extraordinary. It stands as a bridge between history and the present, inspiring awe and reverence for the generations that came before us. So, next time you think of the Great Wall of China, remember the countless stories it holds within its stones. It is not just a wall, but a monumental achievement that continues to stand the test of time. The Olympic Games, a symbol of international unity, athletic excellence, and cultural celebration. From their ancient origins to their modern-day grandeur, the Olympics have evolved into the world's premier sporting event. We are going to explore the rich history, memorable moments, and turbulent times of the Olympic Games. The origins of the Olympic Games date back to ancient Greece. In 776 BC, in the small town of Olympia, the first recorded Olympic Games were held, dedicated to Zeus, the king of the Greek gods. These games were a festival of athletic competitions among representatives of city-states. The games were held every 4 years, a period known as an Olympiad, which became a unit of time in historical records. The ancient Olympics were a pivotal part of Greek culture, promoting peace and unity among the often warring city-states. During the Games, a sacred truce was declared, allowing athletes and spectators to travel safely to Olympia. The athletes competed in events such as running, long jump, shot put, javelin, boxing, and equestrian events. These competitions were not just about sport, but also about honoring the gods and promoting unity among the Greek states. Winners were crowned with olive wreaths and hailed as heroes. The ancient Olympics also included artistic competitions, showcasing the cultural richness of the period. Athletes trained rigorously, often for months, and their victories brought immense honor to their home cities. The significance of these games extended beyond physical prowess, reflecting the ideals of harmony and excellence. The ancient Olympic Games continued until 393 current era, when they were banned by the Roman Emperor Theodosius I. It wasn't until the late 19th century that the idea of the Olympics was revived. In 1894, French educator Baron Pierre de Coubertin proposed the revival of the Olympic Games at the Congress for the re-establishment of the Olympic Games in Paris. His vision was to bring nations together through sport, promoting peace and camaraderie. Coubertin was inspired by the ancient ideals of physical fitness and education, believing that international competitions could foster mutual understanding and diminish the likelihood of war. In 1896, the first modern Olympic Games were held in Athens, Greece. 13 nations participated, with 43 events in 9 sports. The success of these games marked the beginning of a new era in international sports competition. Despite the modest scale compared to today's games, the Athens Olympics set the stage for the global phenomenon we now know. Athletes from around the world gathered to compete, embodying the spirit of fair play and international cooperation envisioned by Coubertin.
Ich verkünde die Spiele von Berlin zur Feier der 11. Olympiade neuer Zeitrechnung als eröffnet.
One of the most historically significant Olympic Games took place in Berlin in 1936. These games were fraught with political tension and used as a propaganda tool by Adolf Hitler to showcase Nazi Germany. The Berlin Olympics were designed to demonstrate the supposed superiority of the Aryan race, a claim that was challenged by the remarkable achievements of several athletes. The stadiums and facilities were built to impress, showcasing the power and efficiency of the Nazi regime, and the games were broadcast to a wider audience than ever before, thanks to advances in television technology. Despite the political overtones, the Berlin Olympics were notable for the outstanding performances of athletes like Jesse Owens, an African-American sprinter and long jumper who won 4 gold medals. Owens' triumphs were a powerful statement against the racial ideologies of the Nazi regime. His victories are remembered not only for their athletic excellence, but also for their profound social and political impact. The 1936 Olympics also introduced the torch relay, a tradition that continues to this day, symbolizing the connection between the ancient and modern games. The Olympics have not been without controversy and scandal. One of the most infamous incidents occurred at the 1972 Munich Games. Tragedy struck when 11 members of the Israeli Olympic team were taken hostage and eventually killed by the Palestinian terrorist group Black September. This event, brought the harsh realities of global politics into the heart of the Olympic Games. The Munich Massacre, as it came to be known, led to increased security measures at subsequent Olympics and highlighted the need for greater international cooperation to ensure the safety of athletes and spectators. The tragedy had a lasting impact, leading to the establishment of new protocols and the creation of dedicated security forces to protect future Olympic Games.
나는 제24회 근대 올림픽 대회를 경축하면서 서울 올림픽 대회를 개최하는 것을 선언합니다.
Another major scandal took place in 1988 in Seoul. Canadian sprinter Ben Johnson won the 100 final in record time, only to be stripped of his gold medal days later when he tested positive for steroids. This incident highlighted the growing issue of doping in sports, leading to more rigorous drug testing protocols to preserve the integrity of the competition. The Johnson scandal served as a wake-up call for the sports community, sparking widespread efforts to combat performance-enhancing drug use and ensure a level playing field for all athletes. The Olympic Games have also faced interruptions due to global conflicts. The Games were cancelled in 1940 and 1944 due to World War II. The 1940 Summer Olympics were initially scheduled to be held in Tokyo, Japan, and later moved to Helsinki, Finland before being cancelled altogether. The 1944 Games were set for London, but the ongoing war made it impossible to host the event. During the war years, many athletes served in the military, and some even lost their lives. The cancellation of the Olympics was a stark reminder of the devastating impact of global conflict. However, the spirit of the Olympics endured, symbolizing hope and resilience. The idea of the Olympics remained a beacon of light, with athletes and fans alike dreaming of the day when peace would return and the Games could resume.
I proclaim open the Olympic Games of London, celebrating the 14th Olympiad of the modern era.
After the devastation of World War II, the Olympic Games made a triumphant return in 1948 in London. These games symbolized a new beginning in the resilience of the human spirit. Despite the post-war austerity, the London Olympics were a success, featuring 59 nations and nearly 4,000 athletes. They marked the start of the modern Olympic movement's revival. The 1948 Games were nicknamed the Austerity Games due to the economic hardships of the time. There were no new facilities, and athletes were housed in existing accommodations. Yet the spirit of the Olympics shone through, demonstrating that the Games were not about grandeur but about bringing the world together in peaceful competition. The London Olympics were a celebration of humanity's ability to rebuild and unite after a period of profound destruction and division. From their ancient beginnings in Olympia to the grand spectacles we witness today, the Olympic Games continue to inspire and unite people around the world. They are a testament to human endurance, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. The Olympics have grown to include Winter Games, Paralympics, and Youth Olympics, each celebrating the diversity and determination of athletes from every corner of the globe. Through triumphs and tribulations, the spirit of the Olympics remains a beacon of hope and unity. In the depths of our oceans, a mysterious and ancient creature drifts gracefully through the water. the jellyfish. These enigmatic beings have roamed the seas for over 500 million years, captivating scientists and nature enthusiasts with their otherworldly beauty and fascinating biology. Jellyfish, or Medusae, belong to the phylum Cnidaria, which also includes corals and sea anemones. With their umbrella-shaped bells and trailing tentacles, they are both beautiful and bizarre. Despite their simple structure, jellyfish have thrived in the oceans for eons. Their bodies are composed of a delicate gelatinous substance that is 95% water. The bell, which propels them through the water, is surrounded by tentacles laden with specialized cells called chytocytes. These cells contain nematocysts, tiny harpoons filled with venom, used to capture prey and defend against predators. Jellyfish are carnivorous, feeding on small fish, plankton, and other marine organisms. When prey brushes against their tentacles, the nematocysts fire, injecting venom that immobilizes the target. The jellyfish then draws the prey into its mouth, located on the underside of its bell. From the tiny, translucent Hydromedusae to the colossal lion's mane jellyfish, with tentacles extending over 100 feet. Jellyfish come in a stunning array of shapes and sizes. Some are bioluminescent, creating their own light in the dark depths of the ocean. Bioluminescence is one of nature's most magical phenomena. For jellyfish, it serves multiple purposes: attracting prey, deterring predators, and communicating with potential mates. Occasionally, jellyfish populations explode, forming vast swarms known as blooms. These blooms can disrupt local ecosystems, clog fishing nets, and even interfere with power plants. Scientists believe climate change, overfishing, and nutrient pollution contribute to the increasing frequency of these blooms. Research into jellyfish is not only fascinating but also crucial. Scientists study their venom for potential medical applications, including painkillers and cancer treatments. Their simple nerve net and regenerative abilities offer insights into the evolution of nervous systems and potential advancements in regenerative medicine. In aquariums around the world, jellyfish captivate visitors with their ethereal beauty. Their rhythmic pulsations and delicate forms provide a glimpse into a world few of us will ever experience firsthand. As ancient drifters of the deep, jellyfish remind us of the ocean's vast mysteries and the delicate balance of marine life. Their existence offers valuable insights into marine biology and the ongoing quest to understand the natural world. In the vast reaches of the Milky Way galaxy lies a small yet wondrous system of planets, moons, and distant icy worlds, the Solar System. It is a place where the sun's gravity holds sway, binding 8 planets, 5 dwarf planets, and countless other celestial bodies in an intricate dance. This is the story of how it all began. The planets that orbit our star, the moons that accompany them, the distant worlds that challenge our understanding of the cosmos, and the potential threats that loom over this delicate balance. Approximately 4.6 billion years ago, a giant molecular cloud of gas and dust began to collapse under its own gravity, setting the stage for the formation of our solar system. As the cloud contracted, it spun faster, flattening into a disk with the sun forming at its center, a process known as the solar nebula theory. At the heart of this swirling disk Intense pressure and temperature ignited nuclear fusion, giving birth to the Sun, a star that would become the anchor for everything that followed. Around the young Sun, particles of dust and gas collided and stuck together, gradually forming larger bodies, the building blocks of planets. Over millions of years, these planetesimals grew into protoplanets, eventually clearing their orbits and becoming the planets we know today. The creation of the solar system was a chaotic process marked by collisions and mergers that shaped the future of our cosmic neighborhood. At the center of our solar system lies the Sun, a G-type main sequence star that accounts for 99.86% of the system's total mass. Its gravity binds the planets, dwarf planets, moons, and countless smaller bodies in their orbits. The Sun's energy, generated by nuclear fusion in its core, provides the warmth and light necessary for life on Earth. But the Sun is more than just a source of light and heat. Its solar wind, a continuous flow of charged particles, shapes the space environment, influencing planetary atmospheres, creating auroras, and even sculpting the tails of comets. Closest to the Sun are the inner planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, known as the terrestrial planets. These rocky worlds, each with its own unique features, formed from the dense material that remained close to the young Sun. Mercury, the smallest planet, is a world of extremes. With no significant atmosphere, it experiences searing heat during the day and freezing cold at night. Its surface is heavily cratered, a testament to a history of intense bombardment. Next is Venus, often called Earth's twin due to its similar size. But beneath its thick atmosphere lies a world of intense heat, where temperatures soar due to a runaway greenhouse effect. Venus's surface is hidden beneath clouds of sulfuric acid, a hostile environment shaped by volcanic activity and crushing pressure. Earth, our home, is the third planet from the Sun and the only one known to support life, with liquid water, a stable climate, and a protective atmosphere. Earth is a haven for a rich diversity of life. Our planet's moon, formed from a colossal impact early in Earth's history, plays a crucial role in stabilizing the planet's tilt and influencing tides. Mars, the red planet, is a cold desert world that hints at a warmer, wetter past. Ancient river valleys and lake beds suggest that water once flowed here, making Mars a prime target in the search for past life. Today, polar ice caps and seasonal changes continue to intrigue scientists, offering clues about the planet's dynamic history. Beyond the asteroid belt, we enter the realm of the outer planets: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. These giants, composed mainly of gas and ice, are colossal worlds that dwarf the inner planets in both size and mass. Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, is a gas giant with an atmosphere dominated by hydrogen and helium. Its most famous feature, the Great Red Spot, is a massive storm that has been raging for centuries. Jupiter's strong gravity has shaped the orbits of many of the solar system's moons, including Europa, which may harbor a subsurface ocean beneath its icy crust. Saturn, renowned for its stunning rings, is another gas giant. These rings, composed of countless ice and rock particles, are a marvel of the solar system. Saturn's moons, like Titan with its thick atmosphere and methane lakes, and Enceladus with its icy plumes, are worlds of great interest in the search for life beyond Earth. Uranus, an ice giant, is unique in that it rotates on its side, likely due to a massive collision early in its history. This extreme axial tilt results in unusual seasonal changes, with each pole experiencing 42 years of continuous sunlight followed by 42 years of darkness. Uranus's faint rings and icy moons add to its enigmatic character. Neptune, the furthest planet from the Sun, is a dynamic world of ice and wind. Its deep blue color is due to the presence of methane in its atmosphere. Neptune's moon, Triton, with its retrograde orbit and active geysers, is a frozen world that continues to captivate scientists with its mysteries. Beyond the 8 major planets, the solar system is home to 5 officially recognized dwarf planets: Pluto, Eris, Haumea, Makemake, and Ceres. These small worlds, some residing in the Kuiper belt beyond Neptune, represent the outer reaches of our cosmic neighborhood. Pluto, once considered the 9th planet, is the most famous of the dwarf planets. It is a world of ice and rock, with a thin atmosphere that expands when closest to the sun. Pluto's largest moon, Charon, is so large that the 2 bodies orbit each other like a double planet. Eris, another Kuiper belt object, is slightly smaller than Pluto, but more massive, making it one of the largest known dwarf planets. Haumea, known for its elongated shape due to its rapid rotation, and Makemake, with its bright, icy surface, are other fascinating members of this distant region. Ceres, the only dwarf planet located in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, is a world of rock and ice. It is the largest object in the asteroid belt and is believed to contain large amounts of water ice beneath its surface, raising intriguing questions about its potential for past or present life. As stable as our solar system may seem, it is not without its threats. One of the most immediate dangers comes from asteroids and comets. While most of these bodies remain in stable orbits, a small percentage of them are on trajectories that could bring them dangerously close to Earth. A collision with a large asteroid could have catastrophic consequences, as was the case 65 million years ago when an impact led to the extinction of the dinosaurs. Today, astronomers keep a close watch on near-Earth objects, tracking their orbits to predict and hopefully prevent such disasters. But even more distant threats loom in the future. In about 5 billion years, the Sun will exhaust its nuclear fuel and enter the final stages of its life cycle. It will swell into a red giant, potentially engulfing the inner planets, including Earth, before shedding its outer layers and leaving behind a dense, hot core, a white dwarf. The solar system, from the fiery Sun at its center to the icy realms of the Kuiper belt, is a dynamic and ever-changing environment. Each planet, moon, and dwarf planet plays a role in this cosmic story, contributing to the intricate tapestry of our cosmic neighborhood. But it is also a system that faces both internal and external threats, reminding us of the delicate balance that sustains it. As we continue to send probes to distant worlds and study the heavens with ever more powerful telescopes, we uncover new mysteries and deepen our understanding of the universe, our place within it, and the challenges that lie ahead. On a cold night in April 1912, the largest and most luxurious ship of its time set sail on its maiden voyage. The RMS Titanic was more than an engineering masterpiece. It stood as a testament to human ambition, a grand ocean liner designed to link distant shores and draw people closer across the seas. Its construction marked a new era in maritime history, an era of unparalleled luxury and technological advancement. But what began as a dream journey would end in one of the greatest maritime disasters in history. The story of the Titanic begins in the shipyards of Belfast, Ireland. Constructed by Harland and Wolff and funded by J.P. Morgan's International Mercantile Marine Company, the Titanic was the largest moving man-made object of its time. At 882 feet long and 175 feet high, the ship boasted advanced technology and unprecedented luxury. The ship's designers included 16 watertight compartments, and they believed it was virtually unsinkable. The Titanic was fitted with a swimming pool, a gymnasium, and even a squash court, luxuries unheard of at sea during that time.
We believe that the Titanic is practically unsinkable.
From the first-class accommodations adorned with fine wood paneling and ornate fixtures, to the third-class quarters designed for comfort, every detail was crafted to impress and to provide the ultimate in ocean travel. The Titanic was more than just a ship. It was a floating symbol of technological triumph and human ingenuity.
We spared no expense in making her as comfortable and as safe as possible.
On April 10, 1912, the Titanic departed from Southampton, England, bound for New York City. Aboard were over 2,200 passengers and crew, a mix of wealthy elites, immigrants seeking a new life in America, and the dedicated crew that ran the ship. For the wealthy, this voyage was a statement of their status. For the many immigrants aboard, it was a vessel of hope, a promise of a new beginning in the new world.
It was the most wonderful, beautiful ship that ever sailed the seas.
The first few days of the voyage were uneventful, filled with grand meals, dancing, and the luxury of a new floating world. But the ship was also a microcosm of society. The stark contrast between the opulence of the first class and the modesty of third class mirrored the world on shore. However, beneath the surface of optimism, there were signs of trouble. Ice warnings had been sent to the ship, but these were largely disregarded as the Titanic pushed forward at near-top speed, confident and unstoppable.
I cannot imagine any condition which would cause a ship to founder. Modern shipbuilding has gone beyond that.
On the night of April 14th, just 4 days into the journey, disaster struck. At 11:40 p.m., the Titanic collided with an iceberg. The lookouts had spotted it too late, and despite attempts to avoid it, the iceberg scraped along the starboard side. The impact was so subtle that many passengers barely noticed. But below decks, the hull had been fatally breached. Water began to pour into the ship, flooding 5 of the 16 watertight compartments. The crew quickly realized the severity of the situation. The ship's design could withstand the flooding of up to 4 compartments, but not 5. The unsinkable ship was sinking.
We must get the women and children into the boats first.
The last thing that my father said to me, it seems more dangerous for you to get onto that boat than to stay here with me. But after that, he lost his life, and we continue to live.
At 2:20 a.m. on April 15th, the Titanic broke apart and sank beneath the icy waters of the North Atlantic. The ship that was once a symbol of innovation and luxury was now a silent, dark wreck on the ocean floor. Over 1,500 lives were lost in the freezing ocean, making it one of the deadliest maritime disasters in history. For hours, the survivors waited in lifeboats in the freezing cold, listening to the cries of those in the water gradually fade away.
It was going down a little, just slowly, not fast at all. And the night was dark, no moon, a very dark black night. All the lights in the boat were on.
It's just a beautiful sight. But it was going down quietly, and the lights were going under the water as it went down. And I remember that very plainly. Yes, that was a beautiful sight and a terrible sight, because we could see that the boat was going under the water.
The RMS Carpathia arrived hours later, rescuing the 705 survivors who clung to life in the lifeboats. For those who survived, the night left an indelible mark on their memories, a mixture of shock, grief, and the sheer relief of being alive.
It was a terrible moment for everybody to face.
We couldn't help anybody. We had 65 or 70 in our boat. We couldn't help any, and it was standing room only. And we couldn't take another soul in our boat, so we rowed away as fast as we could.
The wreck of the Titanic, discovered in 1985, continues to be a subject of fascination and study. It serves as a solemn reminder of human fallibility, reminds us of the stories of the passengers and crew who set sail on that fateful night, believing in the promise of an unsinkable dream.